Langston, of course, is 8-2 this year, 4-1 in conference. The Lions fell for the first time in conference play, losing to MacU by the score of 69-65. The Lions did not execute, and most importantly, did not defend from the three-point line. Hi, good evening to you. Thank you for tuning in or staying with us this evening. Get ready for a second great game of basketball. I'm Maurice Prince, here with the maestro, the man, the myth himself, Mr. Jay Swick, calling this game with me tonight. Good evening to you, Jay, once again. We saw a great game, but last time we saw this men's basketball team, Coach Wright was not happy. And you made a comment, I thought, earlier about what Chris Vincent might do at that halftime, given what the game was going like. Coach Wright told you at your post-game conference, he says it won't be a good week.
It's going to be a long week. It's going to be a long week. So I think, based on that statement alone, the Langston Lions are glad to be out here back on the court, playing in a real game to right that wrong that they experienced last week against MacU. And it's not going to be easier because Wayland Baptist men's team is really good. And they, I guess, kind of followed the same plans that the Langston Lady Lions are, because Wayland Baptist start off the season 8-0, but has since dropped 2 in a row. So they're excited to get back out on the floor today, too, to try and nip that in the bud and get a victory for their team. But both teams can't win.
Now,
you've got a scoreboard for a reason. Only one can get the dub.
Now, there are two teams in the top 25 of the NAIA national rankings, the Langston Lions and Nelson College. But if the poll went from 25 to 26, the team receiving the most votes to enter the top 25 is Wayland Baptist without any question, which are just outside the top 25. They are built similarly to the Langston Lions. Leave no doubt about that. This is a team that averages 85.9 points a game, holding their opponents to 67.4. A point margin of 18.5 on the course of this season. Langston scores 63 points a game, holding their opponents to 50. That's a 13.6 score margin advantage for both these teams. Both of these teams like to turn you over a lot. Wayland Baptist turns over their opponents 15.8 points of the time. Langston, on the other side, is a little bit nastier, so this game is built that way. 24 times a game do they force turnovers from their opponent. So Langston is +7 in the turnover margin. Wayland Baptist is +4 in that regard. And points off turnovers, both teams are near 20 points. Langston with 22, Wayland Baptist with 18. This is a team that's not going to be back down, that Wayland Baptist is not going to back down. They're not going to be intimidated. I don't expect Coach Clint Galen's team to have any doubt, Swig, about what they're here to do tonight. And seeing how their counterparts, the women, came here and played tonight and made the game and played their style of ball for almost enough to win the game, expect the Wayland men to say, we can do that. But if you're the Langston men, you can't have disappearing acts. In the last game, we talked about him in pregame. Orlando Thomas is the star of this Langston team, averaging about 15 points a game. But Omar Henry, who averages 12, finished with less than 6 in the game last time. There were guys who normally step up and make big plays who were just not making plays in that game against MacU.
Yeah, and there are a couple other takeaways that I had in that game was Langston's perimeter defense was a little bit poor, okay? It's not used to what they were doing. And in fact, MacU made 19, and they were 19 of 38 from three-point range. Langston only hit 6 three-pointers the entire game. So when you're weighing three-point shots, MacU 19, Langston 6, and yet you only lose by 4. And I think MacU was a little bit better at the free throw line, if I'm not mistaken.
They were. Langston was plus in the rebounds,
right,
which kept him in the game.
That was a tough L to take because I do think that Langston was the better basketball player. They just weren't that day. And so that's one of those situations where you see some of those disparities, but at the end of the day, it was a 2-possession loss. So there's a lot of possessions that go on throughout a game. I think each team averages 50 to 100 somewhere in there. Don't quote me on that stat, but I mean, one possession, two possession go a different way. Maybe we see overtime. Maybe we see in a different result. That's why you've got to take advantage of your opportunities and be a little bit more disciplined. Take care of the basketball. Dominate the paint. That's one thing that we did see from Langston last weekend when we were a part of that Court of Dreams initiative and playing on the same floor as the Oklahoma City Thunder, is they dominated the paint, and that's something they're going to anticipate doing tonight. But listen, Wayland Baptist has a couple players that are really good. Number 11, Jordan Logan, is a 6'9", lengthy post player that Omar Henry's going to really have to deal with. And it's not just Omar Henry; it's some of the other big players too. So,
right,
we'll see how this turns out. It's a great game on paper, though.
Really
good game.
Wayland Baptist. When you talk about Wayland Baptist, you've got to say Rico Yarbrough, who's averaging 13.3 a game. Marcus Green, who kind of gets you some sneaky points, averages about 12.4. And then again, Chuck Etchefor averages about 11. But when you start talking about those guys, they can get you from different angles and different ways. But their defense is their identity, and it's going to be key for the Langston Lions to establish who they are. We're going to stop real quick as we recognize our great country with the national anthem. Now we'll turn it over to get the starting lineups for Wayland Baptist and the starting lineups, of course, for your Langston Lions. Here we go for Wayland
Now the
Baptist.
starting lineup for the Wayland Baptist Pioneers. Number 1, Rico Yarbrough. Number 3, Dylan McDonough. Number 5, Marcus Green. Number 22, Monte Perez. And number 24, Julian Perez. And now for your Langston University Lions! Number 0, Orlando Thomas. Number 3, Antonio Lewis. Number 10, Tajori K. Number 13, Robert Alexander. Number 23, Omar Henry. The Lions are brought to you by
Of course, Chris Wright is the head coach for the Langston Lions, and Clint Galen is the head coach of the Wayland Baptist Pioneers. Wick, will you confirm the starting lineup?
Yeah,
for us?
number 0, Orlando Thomas. Number 3, Antonio Lewis. Number 10, Tajari Cave. Number 13, Robert Alexander. Number 23, Omar Henry. Really interested to see how Orlando Thomas plays. He had 25 the other day, and I want to see if he can continue that. Also, Antonio Lewis getting the start tonight. I think that's the right move. I was really impressed with his athleticism last Saturday against MacU. He's a little bit undersized, but don't underestimate his ability to play the game. He is fearless. He is a tenacious on-ball defender, and he's not afraid to get to the rim, too. So I really like Antonio Lewis's game, and I'm glad to see him in the starting lineup here tonight.
All right, Omari Henry's going to jump it up center court against DeMond Woods, and I think it's going to be a great game tonight. I think both teams, Wayland Baptist wants to prove that they belong in the top 25 as one of the elite basketball programs, of course, in the NAIA and the national rankings, and want to get their shine. Where if you're Langston, you have the shine and realize that you're going to get everybody's best shot this evening. Ball's going to be tipped, and it's going to be controlled this time, going to work. In the hands now, Robert Alexander, who comes across the timeline. Over to Amar Henry. Over to Orlando Thomas. Thomas kicks. Three-point shot from the corners, and Antonio Lewis rings up the three to start the game.
Beautiful, caught it in stride. Rhythmatic, if that's a word. Now it's on the defensive level, and good contest, no foul. Love that play. Rebound Langston.
Yeah, TJ Cave, or TJ, with the rebound there. Robert Alexander now hands the ball off, working the ball around to Antonio Lewis. Now back in the hands of TJ. TJ tries to go behind the back dribble. Skip. Back in the hands of Robert Alexander to the corner. And again, Lewis fires up another three. Heat check shot, no good. Rebound pulled down by Wayland Baptist. Yeah. Now going to work goes Julian Perez. In the hands now of Yarbrough. Yarbrough, again, the leading scorer for this team. Now McDougal swings it back over to Perez. Perez being covered with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Double team. Wide open three-point shot from the left wing. Off balance. Shot no good. And what a big-time rebound pulled down there by DeMond Woods, who went up and really fought against three defenders from Langston to get it.
Yeah, I thought he said, okay, all right. I thought he initially pointed or signaled 11, but there's no number 11 right now for Langston, but they ended up changing it.
So the foul's going to be called.
I think that's on Alexander.
Yeah, it's on Alexander how it has to be called. Ball nearly thrown out of bounds, and somehow, some way, Perez ends up saving it. Perez dancing around the logo, 13 seconds. Trying to get in the lane, stripped by Antonio Lewis.
Great job. Just got in the way, saw the ball, attacked the ball. Now he's coming up limping, though, a little bit.
So dribbling
Not
up
a good
on
sign.
top. Up top, TJ. Again, Lewis trying to work through. Probably a sprained ankle there. Screened by Omari Henry. TJ trying to break down the defense in the lane. Kick it back out to Alexander. Swing to Orlando Thomas. Thomas in the lane. Loses balance, but kicks it out to Alexander with 5 seconds on the clock. 3, 2. Shot is blocked. Knocked out of bounds by Perez. And it should be a 24-second. I do believe it's going to be a shot clock violation. We'll see.
It's close. I mean, he blocked the shot, got the ball, and then threw it out of bounds. So it's no doubt Langston ball.
So they're saying one. They're signaling 1 second on the shot clock here. So it's going to be a catch and shoot situation. You got to roll to the basket here. 1 second, just basically has to touch your hand and throw it up. Trying to get the ball in the hands probably of Thomas. Going to throw it in, bounce pass, shot up. Shot no good. And then on the other end is going to be a shot clock violation. And it will be Wayland Baptist ball. 18:05 to go.
Jaden Williams, the freshman from Oklahoma City, is in the game in place of Antonio Lewis, who seemed to tweak his ankle a little bit. We'll keep you updated on that, but Jaden Williams is in the game.
Perez looking for some space to operate. Gets the ball downtown to DeMond Woods. Woods can't get it. Ball's going to end up in the hands of Robert Alexander. Alexander trying to maintain it through traffic. Now TJ Cave has it above the circle. Robert Alexander resets. Chris Wright tells them to reset. Right now, Wayland Baptist still playing man-to-man defense. Langston up by 3. Ball in the hands on the left wing. Going to move the ball over to Alexander. Alexander, study step dribble into the lane. McDougal covering. Alexander looking for space, loses it, and is going to be stolen. McDougal has it, and the ball is going to trickle out of bounds, and it looks like it will be Wayland Baptist ball. Checking into the game for the Lions now, you've got Jay Wilson coming in, as well as, looks like number 11, Trey Clark, in the game for the first time tonight. 17-18 to go. Across the timeline goes Perez. Ball in the corner.
Jaden's all over him there.
So nice smothering defense. Langston is playing, of course, their patented man-to-man defense, one of the best in the nation. Suffocating offenses all throughout
doing
the
a
Sooner
good job
Athletic
here.
Conference. trying to back someone down. Inside against Jay Wilson. Nice turn and fire by Damon Woods. Shot no good. Rebound pulled down by Clark.
Trey Clark is down there working, and it's tough because Rico Yarborough is 6'7". I mean, he's got an NBA body down there, and is a mismatch for everybody. And here he is now. Trey goes up with a shot, and
going up with the strong muscle too, and the Lions up by 5. Nice job there. Yeah, of course, by Trey Clark.
Great job on the defensive end, and then turns it up on offense. 5-0 lead, Langston.
Could be a 5-second call here. Ball's knocked loose. It ends up being retrieved by Marcus Green. It's being smothered by Orlando Thomas. Just like your Thanksgiving turkey. Somebody slipped a little, losing their footing on the floor right now. Driving, Jay Wilson draws contact, waving off the shot. Foul on the floor, and it's team foul number 1.
Yeah, that's going to be on Damonez Wood.
Damon's Wood.
And there's going to be some mass substitutions here. It seems like they're going differently. They're going to take Rico Yarborough off the floor, which he's intimidating physically, just to be honest. I mean, long arms, long legs, athletic.
Clark gets it right there on the elbow. Clark looking for space to operate.
Pull up.
And decides to throw it and wanted to unload the pass back to Antonio Lewis, who checks back in the game, looks to be okay from that earlier, let's say, tweaking the ankle a little bit.
Yeah, these teams are trying to feel each other out. Everybody's got a ton of energy and adrenaline. Just got to kind of run it out, let things settle in here.
Working the ball around the top of the perimeter now. Ball on the left wing.
Lewis is back in the game, which is good.
And Perez is going to get fouled that time. Looks like they're going to call that against Jaden Williams that time.
Yeah, he doesn't agree with it.
15:49 to go. Wayland Baptist yet to put any points on the board right now. But they will inbound it from underneath their own goal.
Now, Treshawn Cody's in the game. I thought he played pretty well last week. And we'll see if he can continue.
Perez picks up his dribble. This time it's got to be picked up now by Chucks. Ejiofor.
See, that's what I'm saying.
And what a great
Cody.
job.
I mean, I love his aggressiveness. He picks up on tendencies. His basketball, he's got great basketball IQ, but he can understand how a player moves with the basketball and beat them to their spots. And it's lucky it wasn't a turnover for Wayland Baptist there. It really should have been.
Perez now has it at half, standing just inside half court, trying to draw a screen there. Lions have got to rotate. But good job covering on the top there by Jaden Williams.
Great job, and that's what Jaden Williams is. He's a gym rat. He's somebody that's just going to give it all. His effort, motor, passion for the game shows in his play.
All right, ball back in the hands of Perez. Perez looking for some space to operate. Alexander forces him left. Wide open three-point shot. Shot no good. Now Wayland Baptist 0 for 7 as they've missed 2 more shots. Make that 0 for 6. Have yet to get a shot to foul here.
Wait, was that another foul on Jaden?
Looks like it could be, but it's team foul number 4. Yeah, it is. It's foul number, looks like.
Yeah, Tajara Cave's going to come in the game in his place, and also Orlando Thomas is coming back in the game.
So the first free points of the game comes by a free throw from Marcus Green, and so Wayland Baptist is now on the board 5-1. So Thomas back in, Lewis comes out, and also return. Also, you said, well, that's Treshawn Cody rotating down. So back in the game, you said was Tahari Cave. So TJ's back in the game. 2 for 2 at the free throw line that time by Marcus Green. Lead is up by 3 by the Lions now as Wayland Baptist has finally broke the seal on their scoring this evening. Cross the screen, ball in the hands on the left wing. Ball in the hands of Robert Alexander. 15 seconds. Then driving inside, shot off the glass, score it! As Treshawn Cody drove to the lane, drove to the basket, kissed it off, and go to the free throw line to try to complete the three-point play.
Yeah, and that was one of those 50-50 calls. Yeah, I wouldn't have argued if they'd have called for the charge, but I thought he made a great basketball move, was able to contort his body and get to the glass, get the easy shot. I like what Langston's doing. They seem more in control early
Setting the tone.
tonight than they did against MacU. So I think that this week of practice has paid off for this basketball team, and they've gotten the message, and now they're applying some of those principles and adjustments to this game early. I just think they're kind of setting the pace right now. This is encouraging to watch.
Today's game is being brought to you by MJ Bail Bonds Community Health Centers, a guiding right. We will be right back.
We heal.
We produce.
We discover.
We nurture.
We show out.
Back to live action. Maurice Prince and Jay Swig bringing you the action this afternoon. Swig, this evening, I would say. You made a great comment, Swig, about who's in control of the game, who's feeling the energy right now. And Langston's doing all the little things and looks completely different from the team we saw Saturday against MacU early on in this game.
Yeah, and first of all, I think MacU's a really talented basketball team.
No doubt.
I think they're really good.
Now, Cody missed it, did not complete the three-point play. Here comes MacU, which opportunity now to try to draw a little bit closer in this game. Ball back in the hands now, working around the perimeter in the hands of Brett Leach. Trying to swing it, trying to do a screen and roll at the top. Shot, no good. Ball's going to be turned over.
Great job by
Cody with the steal.
Yeah, and Omar Henry was right there disturbing the piece on that play, helped force that turnover. You've got Jordan Logan in the game for Wayland Baptist. He's 6'9", handful, and great ball maneuver, great distribution.
Amari Henry wasn't able to knock that shot down. It was wide open. It was a beautiful setup. Nice job, Swick. You described it so well. Now going back to work now, you've got Chooks. What'd you call it?
Oh, come on
Ejiofor.
now. Come on now. Okay, yeah. Thank you.
So it's going to be Langston Ball underneath their own goal. The foul
I
situation 4-2.
I got them, their sides mixed up. I was like, how is that not Langston Ball? But it is Langston Ball. No, it's not Langston Ball. Wait a second. Okay. All right, well, he's got a better vantage point. I won't roast him.
Going to work. The ball's on the left, to the left wing. Now going to work, trying to find some space to operate. Langston remains in man-to-man defense, trying to swing it around the corner, and nobody's home. Somebody thought they were going to be on the other side. The pass was intended for Dylan McDougal, but McDougal was rotating and had no idea that pass was coming his way.
Omar Henry's playing really intelligent basketball because he's trying to deal with Logan on the backside, but he still wants to come up and help, and he's just playing that medium. And there he is with the bucket. Well,
Henry misses that one, gets his own rebound, turns and fires, shot no good. Rebound pulled down, and it's going to be back in the hands of Wayland Baptist. You hate to see it. Langston worked so hard on that one, had perfect position, wasn't able to get that basket to fall right now. Wayland Baptist has so far weathered the storm as McDougal fires a three, shot no good. They can't get a shot to fall. Remember, all the points for Wayland Baptist thus far have just been by free throws, and we're almost 9 minutes into the first half of this game. And it looks like Orlando Thomas is checking out, and returning to the game comes Antonio Lewis. I didn't see what happened there.
Yeah, I didn't either. He looks uncomfortable. I think some may have gotten him in the eye. He's getting assessed. I think he's going to be all right, though.
Robert Alexander. Ball back in the hands of Henry, and they're going to call. Looks like there's going to be a call of a foul there. Looks like someone was holding, and that looks like that is Makai Dorsey's going to be called for the foul here. That's team foul number 3 against the Pioneers. Langston Ball right underneath their own goal. Substitution, Jay Wilson's coming back in the game for Omar Henry. And I know I'm not the coach. I wanted Omar to be in there for this one possession and then substitute him out there, Swig.
Well, they have kind of played him a few minutes and then pull him. It's hard to get rhythm that way.
Going inside
Cave.
with the left hand.
Oh.
TJ can't get it to fall. Jay Wilson looking for it. Ball still rolling around. Alexander ends up with it. Back in the hands of Antonio Lewis, who fires from the top. Shot no good. Rebound pulled down by, of course, Utah to Jordan Logan.
Yeah, missed opportunity, but you got to get back on defense. What a Euro step. That was awful close. I don't see Euro steps that far away from the basket that often.
Okay, because I was going to ask you, was that possibly, I mean, because it looked like he traveled. He's got such a, so tall.
Yeah, he's got long legs, so it looks like a travel. It was just a Euro step. It wasn't a travel, but you don't see it that far away from the basket often.
Pass inside, and it's going to be a blocking foul on the floor as Yarbrough got it in the paint.
Yeah, Lewis was there to try and get there. He just wasn't there early enough to set his feet. That's the right call.
Team foul number 5 against the Lions now. So the foul situations, 5 for the Lions, 3 for Wayland Baptist right now. 12:44 to go in the first half. Going to throw the ball in, and right now it's in the hands now of Yarbrough. And then another cheap foul. Lions don't need to do this. Trayshawn Cody picking up a cheap foul. That's foul number 6. When you have a lead that's 5 points from a team that's struggling offensively, don't put them on the line, Swick.
Yeah, and Trayshawn Cody is not somebody that you really want to see in foul trouble.
Now going to work, driving down Main Street, contact,
As soon
score
as
the
I
basket.
say it.
Trayshawn Cody gets called for the foul there and scored the basket. Tremendous move driving there. Was that Dorsey who scored that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Trey Clark's going to, Yeah, Trey Clark's going to come in with Trayshawn Cody. I just love his game on both sides, both ends of the floor.
Yeah.
He has a unique ability to get to the rim and score points, but he's so quick. He's sneaky quick and has long arms and legs that he's able to just get in the way.
So one basket, but nevertheless,
A little bit of a
Dorsey.
scoring drought here for Langston. That's a 2-point game. And they got it. Yeah, that's a reach-in foul.
And again, reach-in foul is going to be called against Dorsey, who does not like the call. Team foul number 4. So Alexander comes out and TJ Cave returns.
That was about as textbook of a reach-in call as I've seen. So I don't know what he was upset about, but Langston needs to get a bucket here.
Cave has it.
Okay, he caught it. That was almost back court.
Back in the hands of Antonio Lewis. Lewis, the high flyer for the Lions right now with 3 points. But like you said, it's like the Lions have been stuck on 7 points for about 10 minutes, even though it really hasn't been that long. TJ kicks it back out. Orlando Thomas up fakes into the lane. And gets the shot to fall. They said wave it off.
He got that off.
And again, let's see if Chris Wright challenges it.
Goodness, I would challenge that. Challenge it, Coach. Oh, maybe you want to save that in your back pocket. I thought he got that off. That was my opinion.
7-5, 11:59 to go. Driving down Main Street goes Perez, who cleared out.
Jeez.
Could have been an offensive foul.
Just
Stepping on
surprised
the
it
line is
wasn't.
going to be Langston basketball here. 11:52 to go.
You can't Derrick Henry stiff arm a guy on the way to the cup in collegiate basketball. That usually ends up being an offensive call, but no foul on the play. But goes out of bounds, it'll be Langston ball. So we'll see what happens here. But you can tell that there's a little bit of a clash here. Both teams are used to being the aggressor and controlling the pace, and there's a little bit of clash of the Titans here tonight at CF Gales Fieldhouse.
TJ Cave across the timeline. Fancy dribbling, showing off his skills behind the back. Back in the hands of Orlando Thomas. TJ Cave gets it. Back over to Antonio Lewis. Lewis.
There you go.
Spin in the lane, kick over. Thomas drives inside, kisses off the glass.
Beautiful.
Score it for Thomas.
If he'd have taken the open shot, I would have been just fine. But he saw the opening, took advantage of it, and that's part of his repertoire as a scorer. He had 25 last Saturday, and he saw that he could take a higher percentage shot, attack the rim, was able to absorb the foul, and get the shot off and make it.
What a tremendous play by Orlando Thomas, who gets his first basket of the afternoon. Of the evening. He's got 2 points, 2 assists, and hopefully he'll get his first free throw. And he does. Knocks down the free throw. Lion lead back up to 5. 10-5 11:25 to go. Not trying to do a bunch of 5-perns. It just worked out that way. Driving to the basket. What a nice job and contest by Jay Wilson on the play.
What a
tremendous job.
I mean, to any other play, that's a dunk. But Jay Wilson went up there and stopped it. That was a beautiful defensive play by him.
Ball on the right wing, back up top, working the ball around the perimeter. Hand off to Thomas. Thomas looking to go to work. Over to Antonio Lewis. Lewis drives down, kicks it over. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Back to Lewis. Lewis spots up for a 3,
Bang.
and he knocks it down. His second 3-pointer of the game. He's got 6.
From the same spot. I mean, that's his spot. If he can get a shot off there, he's going to make it most of the time.
And the Lions have wrestled their way back up to a 8-point margin now. 10:33 to go before the end of the first half. Steal by TJ. TJ pushing it, then slows it down and allows the Lion offense to reset. Chris Wright's very pleased with that decision. 10:22 to go, 13-5 is the score. TJ looking over to Lewis. Lewis decides to fire another 3. Can't get that one to fall. Ball rolls around, battling. Ball in the hand now, of course, of Jordan Logan. Perez inside to Logan. Logan to the cup and gets a basket to fall.
That is where Rico Yarborough is dangerous. When he's on the run and he makes a cut like that and there's somebody that's smaller in front of him, you've got to put more bodies in the paint to prevent that from happening. But good play by Wayland Baptist.
6-point advantage now for the Lions. 9:42 to go. Swing it to the corner. Lewis thought about the 3. And then
now they're going to call
an offensive
now
foul.
they're going to call the Derrick Henry stiff arm on Langston. So it's proven that it is illegal. They called it for one team but not the other.
So 8 fouls to 5 right now. So Chris Wright obviously is talking to the official about that situation.
Yeah. Why are you calling it on us but not on them?
Yeah.
That's what he's saying right now. Like, come on.
Tonight, of course, it is Whiteout Night, Christmas Toy Drive Night. Remember, they're looking for you to bring in an unwrapped toy to donate. So for a child to have a very happy Christmas. So you don't have to wait to the game. If it's in your heart and in your spirit, go ahead and bring it to Langston tonight. If you're listening out there, find a way to make your donation and get it here so that they can turn that over and make a child a very Merry Christmas. Maurice Prince and Jay Swick here.
I'm not feeling the holiday spirit with this style of play. I love the aggressiveness, though. It's just no place for Santa Claus. Not yet.
No.
Not yet. Except for the fans and, the community and the building and all of that. That's great, and I love it. But when it comes to the competitors on the court, the players versus the players, this is a battle of will right now. This is an absolute, tough basketball game by both teams, and I enjoy it. And I just think that Coach Wright has such a unique ability to communicate with the officials in a way that gets his point across, but at the same time doesn't say technical foul. If it's me, I'm probably teed up out of this game and headed to the locker room.
13-7 is the score right now, and I just want to put that up to what we've got going on here, and all the momentum and energy really falls in the hands right now of Langston. Langston jumped out to a 7-point advantage, and Wayland chipped it away, and just when it got to a 2-point margin, the Lions woke up again. Another strong defensive spurt, some key baskets, and they've maintained control and the energy of the game as we are under 10 minutes to play. Good defense, and on the other side, it looks like Clark was trying to body up, but somehow, some way, you can't handle. It's hard to stop Jordan Logan.
I mean, again, he's 6'9" center with super long arms. Like, he can scratch his shin standing straight up, and that's hard to do. That's hard to do. Makes the free throw, but he's just a mismatch down there, and Trey Clark's doing the best he can. And sometimes when you get mismatches like that, you're going to see fouls called. So that's what we saw there.
So he knocks down the first one. It's now, of course, 13-8. They're trying to knock it down to a 4-point margin. And he rattles that one down.
I wish I could tie my shoes standing up. That's what Jordan Logan can do.
Across the timeline now goes to Alexander. Alexander looking, working the ball around. Alexander to the corner. Three-point shot for Orlando Thomas.
That's
Does not
a shot
fall.
he
Ball's gonna be
normally
knocked
makes.
out of his hands by Clark, and it will be Wayland ball.
That was questionable call. I thought that Rico had touched it just before it went out of bounds. They said it was off. Langston, though.
Across the timeline now goes, of course, Malachi Dorsey. Dorsey, in terms of the game itself, is one of the leading scorers for the team.
Good job. Good defense.
Dorsey has 3. Yarbrough has 4 for Wayland Baptist. Into the corner, Orlando Thomas.
Do it.
What
Do
a
it to
move!
him.
And he draws
that's
the
a
call
foul.
on the foul. What a nice job. Orlando Thomas hitting him with the shake and the bake and almost cooked him on that play.
Right, and he wants to get you on your heels in sliding one way or the other so he can beat you to that spot. And that, I thought the defender actually did a pretty good job until he committed the foul. But that's what Orlando Thomas can do to defenders, is make it really, really tough to contest his shot. And I just think he's got a great inside-outside game as well, as we've seen.
Thomas now with 4 points on the night, looking for point number 5. And he knocks it down. Of course, he is 3 for 3 at the free throw line, 5 points on the night. Lewis is the high man for the Lions with 6. 8:43 to go before the end of the first half, and the lead is back to 6. Trying to find space to operate up top. Marcus Green fires a shot, no good. Robert Alexander with the rebound. Alexander across the timeline.
Alexander's temperament, like he's calculated. He's thinks before he reacts, and sometimes he makes it look effortless. Here's Trey.
Clark looking for space to operate, trying to swing the ball. Ball in the hands of Jayden. Jayden almost lost his footing there, but maintains. Robert Alexander with 7 seconds on the clock into the lane. It's going to be a jump ball situation, and it looks like it will be Wayland Baptist ball.
You know, Fred Van Vliet, Houston Rockets. That's who kind of Robert Alexander reminds me of. He has different abilities that he in his tool belt, and I think he's a good player. He's a good player, smart, intelligent player, knows when to turn it on.
Inside the lane, they're going to call
Look
steps
at
on
that.
one. They had to. What a job.
Dante Manuel, who's in there going up against the guy who's 5'6" inches taller than he is, and he's just working.
And
He's
drew the
just
turnover
working.
against Rico Yarbrough.
God, I love that play.
7:56, and then the Lions weren't paying attention, and Jaden Williams ends up throwing it away. It will be Wayland Baptist ball.
Well, as soon as I compare Alexander to an NBA player, it goes off his fingertips.
It's kind of funny how that jinx things work, isn't that?
I know.
Back in the hands now, of course, is to Dorsey. Dorsey driving, bounce pass inside, and a kiss off the glass shot, no good. Swing it back out, 3-point shot is short off the rim. TJ ends up with the rebound.
Solid defense by Langston.
That was Brett Leach who launched that 3-point shot,
Not
was able to get it to
committing
fall.
fouls, but being disruptive and just getting in the way. You know, sometimes that's all it takes.
And again, missed the cutter right there. It would have been a beautiful one if he'd been able to reach it. Jay Wilson trying to throw it over, going to kick it, and TJ's going to have his shot knocked out of bounds. And he was trying to get the ball because Jaden Williams was loaded, ready to.
I don't know how he completed that pass. There was 3 monster players all around, and he found the perfect window and then went up and got swatted. But I was surprised he even completed that pass in the paint.
Listen, Phillip Rivers is watching that saying, hey, if I could only throw it that good when I get back, it'll be great.
You're going to be okay.
Going back to work right now, Jay Wilson in the lane, turns into the double team, turns and fires, and drops the biscuit in the basket.
Beautiful. Beautiful play. I mean, that was contested, and he was still able to get the shot.
7:08 to go. Trying to do some work on the outside. Ball back in the hands of Dorsey. In the lane and kissing it off the glass, and a nice shot in. Again, nice shot there by number 11. That looks like Jordan Logan there.
Yeah, that was on Jay Wilson.
Jay Wilson with the foul there.
And he just wasn't in the best position, and Logan was able to kind of pivot and get him off balance and go up, absorb the foul, and put up the shot.
So nice job on the play right there. Lion lead remains 6:57 to go.
He's rocking the Ja Morant shoes. Weird color scheme, though. Misses the free throw. Trey Clark with the board.
Going back to work, Orlando Thomas up to TJ. Lions on the offensive now. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Can the Lions get a bucket here? Back in the hands of Orlando Thomas, giving it back to Omar Henry, who checked back in this game. Thomas going over the screen. Thomas trying to break the defense down. Good defense by Wayland Baptist, almost forcing the steal. 8 seconds on the clock. Jaden Williams fires one from the top. Shot no good. Rebound by Omar Henry.
What a board by Omar Henry. They're going to call a reach and foul. Or no. What? Timeout? Timeout?
No, they're going to say he had to step out of bounds or something because it's Wayland Baptist ball. That's the only way it could be.
I was going to say, that was an amazing play by Omar to kind of come in there and get possession of the ball like that and dribble his way out. I thought they were going to restart their half-court set, but he stepped out of bounds. Omar Henry has this positive aura around him. He's, even when things don't really go his way, he kind of takes it on the chin and with a smile is like, I'm going to get you next time. Like, that's the kind of player he is. Doesn't get too frustrated out there.
TJ frustrating Perez, and
Boy,
Perez is going to slide.
A lot of sliding and a lot of traveling, and that's the call there.
And that's going to get the ball back to the Lions right now. So here we go. 17-11 is the score right now.
Yeah, in
both teams.
Ejiofor, whatever his name is kind of complaining about some of the wet spots on the floor. Didn't get that addressed.
We've seen several players slip tonight, on both sides of both teams. 6:15 to go. Robert Alexander across the timeline now, drawing the attention right now of Dylan McDougal. Thomas looking for the screen. Omar Henry can't chase it down, and it's going to go out of bounds. It will be Wayland Baptist ball. That pass, tough angle. Omar Henry couldn't handle it.
I hate the careless turnovers like that, because they can add up quick. And it's a 6-point ball game. By no means, is this, too much.
Ejiofor to the basket, can't get it to fall, but the follow-up is good. Knocking it down, there goes Jordan Logan.
6'9" makes it look easy. Rebound, put back for the dunk. 5-point game. Need a bucket. Need to get back on track. Boy, that was close to a reach and foul.
Omar Henry back up top to Orlando Thomas. The Lions need to get a basket. Going to swing it around. Orlando Thomas thought about it, drives inside. Ball's going to be knocked out of his hand as Perez fouls him. Team foul number 7. So to the free throw line now will go Orlando Thomas with a chance. He's been 3 for 3 at the free throw line. Can he knock down 2 more and give the Lions a little bit more momentum? They've been in control the whole time. It just feels like they can't get enough distance between them and Wayland Baptist.
Yeah, well, I like what he did on that play. I mean, that's just kind of a part of his game. It's like, if you're going to stop me, you're going to have to put me at the free throw line. And sometimes I'm going to make the shot and still be at the free throw line.
Clark and Jay Wilson return back to the game for the Lions.
But I will say, if you're Wayland Baptist and he does that, that's the way you got to foul him. You've got to, if you're going to foul him, make sure he doesn't get the shot off.
That's an important detail all too often in basketball that's often overlooked. Orlando Thomas uses all the rim, the backboard, and everything.
Touches all sides.
Little bit of English, as they say. 19-13 now. Lead back up to 6. Less than 5 1/4 to go.
Good defense by Trey
Ejiofor.
Clark.
Jay Wilson reaches and going down the other end. A nice job by Wilson, making it difficult. He had the skills and the speed to retreat, and Jordan Logan was not able to score that one. Alexander covering Perez. Alexander looking for space, back in the hands of Thomas. Thomas on the left wing. He's got 7 first-half points. Jay Wilson, double team.
Double and need help.
Going to swing it over. 10 seconds on the shot clock to the corner. Jaden Williams drives inside, loses it, has it knocked loose. Orlando Thomas for 3. Shot no good. Rebound by Clark. Clark to the basket. His shot is blocked, and it's going to be out of bounds, and it will be Wayland Baptist ball.
Langston had so many opportunities. I love that dish from Jay Will to Thomas. He just didn't hit the shot.
DeMons Woods now returns to the game, and we'll see Jordan Logan step out. the junior steps out for a
I like what I'm seeing,
timeout.
though. I just think that they're playing intelligent. I think Langston is playing smart basketball. Everybody's kind of on the same page. You know, it's not always going their way, and that's just not how the game works. But you just got to keep getting opportunities like that and keep being in control of the basketball. Don't try to rush anything, force anything. Let it naturally happen, and that just feels like that's what Langston's doing. And I'm liking what they're doing here offensively. It's just, you know, you'd like to see him make a little bit higher percentage shots, but again, when you play as many games as they do, some nights are better than others. But the game plan is there. They need to stick to what they're doing.
What a defensive game this has turned into, something you didn't expect. The defensive game really favors the Lions overall, just based on how they've played games this season overall. You got a team that's averaging 85 points a game, only with 13 first-half points at this point.
That's incredible.
And that's kind of just shocking to see how that's playing out. But here's it is. For everything I'm saying about Wayland Baptist, what about their poise? They're not getting too low. They're staying in the moment.
There's no panic.
And there's no panic. And that just lets you know this is what Sooner Athletic Conference basketball is about. They are two classy programs going to work here, right here at CF Gales on a Thursday night. What a game. 4:31 to go. And Perez.
Another Derrick Henry shove that
and
did not
Alexander
get called.
Goes to the deck.
That's the player that did it earlier, too, Julian Perez. That's his second Derrick Henry stiff arm that did not get called. Remember, Antonio Lewis got called for it earlier.
And Coach Wright is not too happy about it. So going to work, going to swing it over. It's going to be stolen by Perez. Good idea, just bad pass. 4:07 to go. Going to get the ball in, and Ejiofor drives inside.
There you go. Great job setting your feet, making a basketball play by Jay Wilson. That's something that you practice in practice. But it's, you know, it's not a fun drill to practice, but it's beneficial come game time when those situations happen. Good play by Jay Wilson.
No doubt about it. So now Clark's going to inbound the ball. And it looks like Wayland's going to set up a trap right here about half court. TJ has it, and they're pressuring in the backcourt. They might have to call a timeout, and Chris Wright wastes no time.
Smart move. That looked like it was in trouble.
And Chris Wright's going to be angry with the Lions on that one because they didn't recognize it. They should have seen it coming. Based upon when you look down court, you don't see that, and everybody standing near the half court, you know they're waiting to trap. And they did a good job forcing the Lions to go ahead and use a timeout there. But when we're talking about the scoring on this game and the identity, the turnovers in the game so far, Swig, believe it or not, Wayland Baptist has got 10 turnovers. Langston has 9. It's one of those type of games where the team that secures the ball, the team that does the best in terms of paying, both teams got 8 points apiece on paint touches right now. So to me, those are important stats as you go through this game tonight. In terms of shooting right now, both teams are not shooting necessarily lights out. Langston shooting 31%, but true to their defensive form, Wayland Baptist is only shooting 25%.
Yeah, it's 19-15, Langston with a 4-point lead, but it's pretty even basketball game for the most part.
Wayland Baptist has never led in the game. The Langston biggest lead in the game was 8 to this point. 19-15 to go here. Orlando Thomas is now back in the game, and so is Antonio Lewis. Kick to the outside. Lewis now has it. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Behind the back dribble into the lane and draws contact and a foul there. Much to the chagrin, unfortunately, that time of Brett Leach. He didn't like the call. But to the free throw line, the Lions go again 1-1.
Well, it was almost like Antonio Lewis knew that he was going to get hit in the face, and he just put up the shot at the perfect time.
Does anybody really know when they're going to get hit in the face?
Yeah,
Look forward to it.
I mean, there's some times where it's just you can't stop it, and I think he made a business decisions like, let me get rid of this because it's not looking good.
I love that, Swick. I love that.
He did indeed get hit in the face. He's gone to the free throw line. I don't think he had any intention of actually making that shot. But
Lewis missed the front end of the 1-1. It's one of those things. I love what Swick called it, a business decision here. The Lions have been all about business on the defensive side of the ball. They're going to swing it. Leach with a nice under the goal reverse scoop shot, falls, and the lead is back down to 2.
Yeah, I don't think Langston anticipated that, and I certainly didn't.
Leach, you didn't know Leach had it in his game, and now Leach is going to get called with the foul, so now Lewis back to the free throw line, shooting 2 this time. But the Lions have got to knock down those free throws. In the game itself, right now, free throw-wise, the Lions are 5 of 7, 71%. Not terrible, but you've got to continue to knock them. Yeah. Lewis takes his time, spins it with rhythm, lets it fly, and it's good. Lewis is now 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Substitution, Omar Henry returns to the game.
They messed up the scoreboard. It should be 2017. They gave the point to Wayland.
So it's 2017. Let's see if Chris Wright or one of his staff members recognizes it. But as it stands, 2 of 2 goes Antonio Lewis, and the score is not 19-18, as quickly pointed out. The score should be 2017.
See, they're even some of the crowd. There you go. There you go. All right.
But
yeah, they're gonna address it.
Yeah, but it's still wrong. But anyway, it's 21-17 as it stands right now.
Here we go.
3:09 to go. The Lions up by 4 now. Inside, great shot. What an ability, what athleticism on that rise and knockdown shot there by Marcus Green. I tell you, as Lee Corso said, he's kind of sneaky. 21-19, 2:54 to go.
Yeah. TJ's saying, hey, let's move. Let's get open here.
16 seconds on the shot clock. Thomas looking for a screen. Working the ball around the perimeter. TJ drives baseline and almost steps out of bounds. He got lucky on that one. Into the lane, kicks it back out to Antonio Lewis with 4 seconds on the clock. 3, 2, to the basket he goes. Kisses it off the glass, but will go back to the free throw line.
Well, golly, Antonio Lewis is just doing a great job of racking these fouls up, saying, hey, I'm going to get them to foul, and I'm just going to do what I do at the free throw line. And
the Lions have, Chris Wright has always had a guy on the floor that could do that. Last year it was Bryce McKinney,
right,
who had that type of a skill set that could do that, who could always get it. The year before that, they had a guy named Anthony Roy who could get any type of sauce that he wanted at any given time if you needed a shot made at the end of the game. Lewis knocks down his another free throw, so on the day he's 3 of 4 with 9 first-half points. He is actually the high flyer for the Lions tonight.
Omar Henry,
and the ball's tipped away. It's going to be Wayland Baptist ball.
Omar's a little frustrated. He had an opportunity to get some points there. Didn't get it, goes out of bounds.
He's 0 for 3 on the night. He has yet to score in this game. We've got to see if Omar Henry can put some points up on the board. Omar Henry normally averages about 12 points. He's far from it right now. Julian Perez with a sidestep jump shot, pulls them back within 1. That's a nice shot by Perez there.
A little bit of a fadeaway there, too. I mean, you got to call a spade a spade. It's a good play.
Alexander on the left wing, looks for a screen, gets the ball back in the hands of Thomas. Thomas kicks it back out, driving down. Ball in the hands now, swinging it back to Orlando Thomas with 10 seconds on the clock.
Trying to get that right matchup.
And pass was a little bit errant, but TJ tracks it down. 6 seconds, 5 seconds, 4. In the lane, and TJ tries to force it up, and it was great position that time by Wayland Baptist. Green inside the lane, can't get that shot to fall. Rebound by TJ. And TJ had a wide open Robert Alexander. Alexander was calling for it. It would have been.
Yeah. Well, Wayland Baptist, the last defensive possession, played really well. They just got rushed on the transition. But here comes Omar Henry.
Driving to the basket, can't get it to fall. Lead still 1 with 1:16 to go in the first half of this game. Pull-up shot by Perez is no good. Tracked down again by Green, who swings it back out to Woods. Back in the hands now to Perez. So Yarbrough has it. Yarbrough looking. Spin move in the lane is going to get fouled, and to the free throw line he goes as Clark fouled him. So now both teams are in the double bonus. With a minute to go, now you have Rico Yarbrough to the free throw line with a chance to give his team the first lead of the night. He's been 2 of 2 at the free throw line to this point.
I got really spoiled at the Paycom Center with the replay assist that we had. I really felt like Yarborough lost control on that play, and they thought, well, he must have fouled him. But I think he just genuinely lost control of the basketball. It didn't have anything to do with Trey Clark, but he's going to pay the price to get the foul called. But Trey Clark's doing a great job of just getting in the way and dealing with Yarborough. He is a handful.
Yarborough trying to give Wayland Baptist their first lead of the evening, and he does. 23-22, 58 seconds to go. The very first lead comes at the hands of the free throw line. Yarborough has 5 on the night. Going to work. TJ looking, probing. Going to get the ball over the hands to Lewis. Lewis in the lane with the Euro. Cannot finish at the rim. The ball's knocked out of bounds. That should have been Langston ball. I'm kind of surprised it wasn't. No official overturned the call, so it's going to be Wayland Baptist ball.
And there was no arguing on Langston's part, so that was a little surprising. And in the game is number 14, Matthew Cooper.
Matthew Cooper, one of the only players from last year's team. Cooper gonna swing it. TJ with the deflection.
Great
and
job.
It looks like it's gonna be Langston basketball. Great job by TJ.
Heck of a play to get the ball back, prevent them from scoring, and now you'll have an opportunity to kind of control the narrative on this possession. 30 seconds left in the game, and I think they control the shot clock now.
No question about it. So if there was ever a turn play for one, that's what you're going to try to do here. But you want to take the lead and all the positive momentum. Again, Wayland Baptist is not intimidated by this environment at all. They have the pedigree, they have the knack to stay in this thing. Every time Langston has ran out a little bit, Wayland Baptist has been quite content at chopping down that tree to get back in this game.
And Wayland's head coach, Clint Galian, met him earlier. He was in the office talking with Chris Wright. They're really good friends. They have a tight-knit relationship. They're both really familiar with each other. And so, yeah, they may be screaming during the game, but there's a bond there between the two.
Clark now has it. He's going to have to unload it, and he does to TJ. There's about a 1 second difference between him, the shot clock, and the game clock right now, because the shot clock is turned on. 19 seconds to go. Looking for space. TJ backs it up on the logo. Trying to get that 5 second call, goes green as he's trying to dig into TJ right now.
Yeah,
9 seconds on the clock. Spin move in the lane by TJ, kicks it to the corner. Clark for 3, shot in and out. And the rebound's going to be obtained, and it looks like Wayland Baptist is going to end the first half with a 1-point advantage, 23-22. How crazy has it been that we've seen that type of game from both these outstanding programs? Did not expect a defensive game at this level, but we've got one. Hey, the right way to play. When we play the right way, everyone rises, because the right way isn't just about the rules of the game. It's about respect for the game and the culture it fosters. The NAIA takes the student part of student athlete seriously, balancing growth in a whole person with athletic achievement, because that is the right way to play. On the field, in the classroom, and within the community. The NAIA, college athletics, the way it was meant to be. Maurice Prince and Jay Swig. You know, Swig, if you had to describe this first half of basketball we saw, give me a couple of words before we take our break.
Golly, this is a battle of wills. This is two really good teams that are battling it out, but there's no panic. It's just sheer competition. Healthy basketball, smart basketball. Sometimes things are going to go your way, then they don't. I love the level of competition. I don't feel any kind of desperation or panic from either team. It's a battle of wills, and something's going to end up, coming to fruition. I'm eager to see how this second half plays out, and if it's anything like the first half, it's going to go down to the wire.
All the way.
That's what typically happens with these conference games in the Sooner Athletic Conference. There's so much familiarity between the two. The coaches know each other so well, and they game plan for each other so well, though they do their homework. And so it really is just about execution. It just looks like this is another tight game that's going to come down to who can execute down the stretch the best, and whoever does is going to win the game.
We're going to take a break. We'll come back and give you the first half stats, and we'll give you some ideas of what Langston needs to do. Although it's just a 1-point margin, Wayland Baptist has fought and done a great job in this game. Today's game is being brought to you by MJ Bail Bonds, Community Health Centers of Oklahoma, and Guiding Right. We'll be right back. This is Langston Lion Basketball on PPBC TV and OKC Sports Radio 105.3.
We excel.
We restore.
Nosotros restauramos.
We educate.
We win.
We heal.
We produce.
We discover.
We nurture.
We show out.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Time for the second half of this one to jump off here. Of course, halftime was brought to you by MJ Bail Bonds. Of course, a leading bail bonder in Oklahoma City. They understand life's unexpected challenges and are here to help you through them. Available 24/7. Allow Marlon James and his staff to take care of you and your loved one. Taking a look at the first half statistics overall from the Lions, you're talking about two teams that both shot under or right about or under their season averages. Langston shot 36% in the first half, while Wayland Baptist shot 25. But you got to explain it to him, Swig. Somehow, some way, Wayland Baptist with the lead.
Ooh, big time shot by Trey Clark. Retake the lead for the Lions.
The team that comes out, sets their tone first in the second half of this game is going to have the best chance to win this one. And again, I'd like to know what you were saying about the officials and get Chris Wright's opinion on those arm bars, if you will, those Derrick Henry moves that are being
stiff arms
that are being deployed heavily in this game. Shot underneath there, Marcus Green goes and gets a basket. Nice job by Green.
If that's what it takes to score, then that's the way it's got to be. That was a great effort by that young man. I thought Trey Clark did a good job on the defensive end. Defensive game. I mean, Wayland was 8 of 25 in the first half. Langston was 6 of 23. So not great shooting. But Omar Henry, I wish he could have changed it right there on that play.
Rebound pulled down and controlled by Rico Yarbrough. Into the lane goes Julian Perez. And looking at the first half statistics overall, Julian Perez gets a basket.
Yeah, so we're seeing some lead changes here early on, but neither team is shooting three-point shots very good. Wayland's 0 for 7 from 3.
Yeah, and Perez has 6 on the afternoon. Marcus Green has 6 on the afternoon. Rico Yarbrough also has 6.
And Wayland has a little bit better rebounding first half than Langston, so that's something that Langston's going to have to improve on, is crashing the boards. But here's Orlando Thomas willing his way to the bucket and getting the basket.
Oh my goodness, that was nasty. 27 up right now. Orlando Thomas with that move. He is now tied with the high man. Well, of course, that is Antonio Lewis. That's not, and Antonio Lewis almost on call, almost got that steal there. Man-to-man defense being played with veracity by the
Great
Lions.
job.
And
that was close to being a travel, but they're going to call Trey Clark. But that's a worthy foul.
And they're going to call a technical foul. He should have backed away.
Yeah, lost control of his emotions.
He just kept talking, and the team tried to get him to not do that and make that mistake. And in a game like this, you cannot lose your cool. That's a mistake on his part. Puts Julian Perez at the free throw line. Perez has not had any opportunities at the free throw line thus far.
He didn't realize it, but he's winning that battle. Like, it's not all, the calls aren't always going to go in your way, and that's what was frustrating with him. But he's doing a good job of just being disruptive and getting in the way. And now Chris Wright is letting him know.
And he takes out of the game, and so now after going 2 of 2 back in the game, you've got, of course, we haven't had to talk to him about him in a while, but Treshawn Cody is back in the game.
Right.
Something that you needed to have happen for the Lions. He got into early foul trouble and really limited his minutes. He's got to play smart here. Wayland Baptist is now back up by 2. Going to inbound it. Green has it. Rebound. Nice inbound pass.
Great
back
job,
tap. TJ has
Orlando.
it. He's pushing it against Perez. And to the basket he goes. Can't get it to fall, but the tap is good in by Cody.
Way to go. Love that.
Cody
able to clean it up.
Cody found the loose change and made $1 out of it.
Back to tied. I mean, this is back and forth early in the second half. Both teams really getting aggressive with it. I love it.
Green into the lane, wheels and deals and draws contact, and will be going to the free throw line there.
Who's it on, Omar or Orlando?
Didn't quite. I think he called it on Orlando Thomas. Orlando Thomas now picks up what will be his first foul of the game,
which is remarkable because he's been pretty aggressive.
Langston has no one in double digits right now. Thomas with 9, Lewis with 9, Cody with 5, Cody with 4, Clark with 5, and Jay Wilson with 2. Basket there by number 5, of course, Green, who now picks up his 7th point as the Wayland Baptist extends their lead to 30-29.
Now, Robert Alexander's in the game, Jaden Williams and Jay Wilson are in the game, along with Treshawn Cody and TJ Cave.
Green knocked it down. 17:23 to go. Ball back in the hands now. Full court pressure. This time the Lions do a much better job of recognizing the pressure. They break it easily.
Yeah, there's no panic there, and I like where TJ's kind of taking this on the right side, hands it off to Jaden.
Ball at the top of the key on the left wing. Kick it to the corner. Jaden Williams drives inside, tries to drop a dime down low to Jay Wilson. He wasn't quite ready for it.
I wanted Jaden to pull up for that mid-range, but he made the extra pass, and it cost him.
Back in the hands now of Yarbrough. Inside to Woods. Woods kisses it off the glass.
Good
and
play.
now Wayland Baptist has their biggest lead of the night, which is up to 4.
Yeah, I mean, that's good basketball played by the Flying Queens, or Kings. What are they called?
Pioneers.
Pioneers. Okay.
Inside, Jay Wilson's shot kisses off the glass, no good. Good defense by McDougal. Perez dribbling, kicks it back out. McDougal, left-handed three-point shot, no good. Ball is knocked out of bounds, and it will be Langston ball.
I'm sorry, I'm going to keep coming back to this because he did it again. Perez with the Derrick Henry stiff arm. He's doing it with the left-hand push-off. And they didn't call it again. That's like the third or fourth time that they have not called it, and he's blatantly done it.
And let's just be honest here. So what we're paying attention to is the extension of the arm.
Oh, get the ball down to Jay.
And
okay,
nice job to Cody. Cody again with another basket, and they need that. He's got his 6th point in the game right now. But it's the extension of the arm. Normally the arm bar is tight, and you push off and kind of chicken wing a little bit, if you will.
So the chicken wing is more acceptable than a full extension.
Full extension, but the full extension would lead you to believe a charge on a nice shot there by Leach and throwing it off. Orlando Thomas coming away with the steal.
Wow. That almost went out of bounds. He was able to absorb that, catch it, and get it to his teammate. Alexander going to cut off a screen here from Jay.
Alexander trying to find space to operate, kicks it. Jaden Williams fires for 3. Can't get that shot to fall. Rebound pulled down there by, of course, the man-child Jordan Logan on the floor right now. 6'9". Tremendous.
And Dorsey's trying to slow things down. He feels like Langston's going a little too fast here.
Leach behind the back dribble, trying to find space against Jaden Williams. Steps in the lane.
Great job, Jaden Williams.
What a steal there by Jaden Williams. Alexander pushes it, goes inside the lane, kicks it to the outside. Orlando Thomas in the lane, tries to kiss it off the glass, draws contact and a foul. Foul's going to be called against Marcus Green.
Let me go back to Jaden Williams here. The plan initially was to redshirt him and help him develop slowly at his own pace. He's developed a lot faster than what they anticipated, and it's to the point where we got to rely on him for plays like that, where he's just a tenacious, aggressive defender and just always moving and always making plays in some capacity. And he was able to get that steal underneath the bucket and facilitate that sequence, and the rest is history. So now they're up, we're able to score at least 1 point from the free throw line.
Actually, they didn't get any. Orlando Thomas
never mind.
went 0 for 2 at the free throw line on that one. So now inside, they're going to call wave off the basket there, as that was a good move. Going to the basket goes Makai Dorsey. So team foul, here we are. 4-point advantage. Langston already with 4 fouls. We have a timeout that's been called on the floor.
Not good.
So
Not good.
Coming out of the second half, Langston, you're talking about Orlando Thomas, who had made all his free throws, drops 2 straight, and that lead again, there hasn't been – the biggest lead in the game was Langston with 8. Wayland Baptist now has their biggest lead of the night with 4. So to me, it's one of those things where you just don't want to let it slip away too far. So you got to dig yourself out, because both teams are not going to give ground tonight. This is going to be a knockout, drag-out fight all the way to the end.
Yeah, you're going to have to be diligent at the free throw line. It just, the way this game has kind of been going, the flow of the game, you're not going to see major shifts in the scoring. I think, both teams are going to go on their runs, and it's really just going to come down to who can execute the best in the last 3-4 minutes of the game. And free throws are going to play a huge part on that. So do yourself a favor and make them, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Those things count, because they do add up and they do mean something.
So in the second half of this game, Wayland Baptist has outscored Langston 12-9 thus far. So the Lions have not been able to get those shots to fall. They've made some good defensive possessions, but from those turnovers.
Where are we at on rebounds in the second half?
So in the second half of this thing, you have to give me a second to see if I can differentiate that in terms of second half rebounds here. I'll still look.
It's really close. That's why I'm asking. I was just wondering who has an edge, but I don't think there's much disparity.
Okay, rebounds is
Great
4-3 in favor of Wayland Baptist at this point.
I like that. Yeah.
All right, going to work right now. Ball on the right wing, and contact's going to be made, and they're going to call an offensive foul there. And again,
good job, Omar Henry. He knew it was coming. He saw it a mile away, and he said, okay, I got to take one for the team here, and he did it. That was a solid basketball play for his team. Down 4, they need to make a stop. They do because of that.
All right, Jaden Williams gets it into TJ, and somehow, some way, Swick, we've got to find a way to get Omar some points in this game. He has not been able to capitalize and get on the offensive end, and I just think it'll help just continue to build some positive energy from that young man. So going to work right now, Antonio Lewis drives to the lane, hits him with the runner, shot no good, and the tip is good by Cody. Cody now with 8 in the game, 6 in the second half of this game.
Great job. And I thought that was awful close. Way to Cody with a ripping rebound.
Green shot is no good, and again, Cody comes through with the rebound, and the Lions find themselves down 2. Can they tie it or take the lead here? Standing on the logo, drawing the attention from Green goes TJ. TJ kicks it over. Antonio Lewis now has it.
Oh, they're going to call an illegal screen on Omar.
Omar Henry getting called for the screen there. So that is going to go down as the team's 5th foul. 5-2 is where that stands right now.
I just hate to see opportunities. That you're down 4, and then you get a stop. You get a bucket, then you get a stop, and now you have an opportunity to tie it up, and an illegal screen kind of ruins it. So now you got to get back on defense.
Okay, steady dribble, kicking it out. Ball nearly stolen by TJ. They're going to call him for the foul for making contact. He went for the steal. He had it, but again, nice balance there by Dorsey.
I mean, he almost had that guy on a backcourt. And so that's kind of right there where it's like, well, I want to apply pressure, but I don't want to draw the foul, and that was just a little too much.
All right, going to work right now. Ball in the hand, steady dribble. Dorsey, bounce pass over to Leach. Now, behind the back dribble goes Green. Green strong to the basket, can't get it to foul, but he will draw the foul against
I'm not
TJ
mad at
there.
that. I think that guy was desperately trying to go baseline, and TJ was denying him all the way. And he just so happened to be able to absorb the foul and get the shot off. But I thought, TJ's going to play good defense right there.
Green is tied with 8 in the game, tied with Perez, and he has a chance to be the team high right now. And he knocks down the free throw there, so he now has 9 officially on the night. And if he knocks this one down, he'll be a game high because Langston has 2 players with 9 points each. That's Thomas and Lewis. And he knocks it down. So Green officially now has 10 points on the night. He's been 5 for 5 from the free throw line in 23 minutes worth of action. TJ now has it. 13:26 to go. The Lions find themselves down by 4 once again.
Keep an eye on the foul count, too. I mean, a lot of time left, and Langston only has 3 fouls to give.
Well, they're in 1-1 situation now. So you got to look at it this way, that, again, you give Wayland Baptist a chance to extend the lead on the line. And if you're Langston, you've only racked up 3.
So what is it, 5 to 10, it's 1-1?
No, 7 is 1-1.
Okay.
Yeah. So now going to work now, kicking it over. And ball kiss off the glass, shot no good. Rebound pulled down there by.
Came close by Jaden Williams, but Wayland comes up with it.
Yarbrough on the right wing, comes inside. High off the glass.
Desperation shot. Are you kidding? Thank you. Okay.
So the ball's going to say it hit off the back of the backboard, and it will be Langston ball.
Langston needs a bucket. They need to feel what it's like to score some points. And maybe they'll start to, do that more often here. But I feel like it's been a while since they've gotten a bucket.
So this very well may be, two teams that you'll see in March competing in the NAIA National Tournament. And the reason why I say that is Wayland's trying to prove that they belong. Langston's trying to show that they still are in the best seat, as they are the number 5 team in the country. And Antonio Lewis knocks down another three-point shot. That is his third of the night. He's got 12.
I mean, he's the only one hitting threes tonight. He's the only one.
Clark has one.
Okay, all right.
But again, that's not the shot.
So are there 4?
So they've knocked down 4 three-pointers tonight.
Okay. All right. Well, 3 of the 4 is Antonio Lewis, and they're right there at that spot, kind of on the far right and left side. So he knows where to get to and what it feels like to get that shot off. That was a big time 3. You're down 4, and to get within 1. I mean, it was a smart timeout by Coach Gallion to kind of nip that in the bud. I think he felt the tide turning a little bit, and so it's good position, and it's kind of going the way we're anticipating. These are 2 really good teams. You were mentioning about March. I mean, listen, there's several tournament-worthy teams in the Sooner Athletic Conference. I'm telling you, it is so underrated, the quality of play, the size, the athletic ability of these basketball players, they're so well coached. And that's why I love this, man. I mean, this would draw great ratings anywhere it's broadcasted, and that's why we're doing it, for the ratings.
Yes, that's what we're in it for.
But I love this, man. This is great, and we'll see if Langston can just kind of bear down. They're going to need to get some stops. I'd like to see them go on a little bit of a run here and score in transition. I think that kind of plays into what they can do really well. But Wayland Baptist is fighting tooth and nail. So it's really kind of half-court set against half-court set right now.
It's a 1-point game as it stands right now. Going to work once again. Leach now has it, trying to draw some space. Pass down low and trying to yam it down on a nice recovery there. But Cody, I love it because he's not afraid. Tashawn Cody went up there and challenged, of course, Jordan Logan.
Listen,
as he was trying to make a poster.
If this was an NBA game, Cody would have got out of the way and let Yarborough yam it, as we like to say. But these guys are fearless, and they're going to contest everything that they can.
Now, as it stands right now, it's interesting. Wayland Baptist knocks down another free throw. On the night, they are officially, and this is what's crazy, and Swick, you're going to not believe this when I tell you. Wayland Baptist now is 14 of 15 from the free throw line, 93%.
What's in the water? Like, are they bringing up their own water bottles or something?
I mean,
are they drinking a special kind of Gatorade? Because
it's
the
unbelievable.
men's and the women's team is like, they're like shooting 88%, something like that.
Combining them together, yes. Langston now picked up team foul number 8. They're close to putting them on the free throw line the rest of the way. Need Orlando Thomas to get started here.
Here we go.
Thomas is going to kick it back to the outside there. Antonio Lewis, who's got 12 points, the only line in double digits, goes to the basket, finds a crease, and drives down and scores.
He just kind of rode that like a surfer. Felt the pressure going left, and there's a loose ball.
And TJ has it, gets it over to Thomas. Thomas thought about it and draws contact.
That's a reach in.
And we'll go to the
That's on you, Rico. He seems surprised by it, but you can't, that's a reach in foul. It was the right call made. But Antonio felt the wave of the momentum going left. He went right, and it made it look easy. He had the wide open layup there. That was beautiful. Now you just got to figure out a way to get over the hump here. So this is an opportunity to take the lead.
And back to get the lead. Again, the biggest lead of the night was 4 points by Wayland Baptist. Langston had it as much as 8, but Wayland Baptist showing all its moxie to stay in the game. And TJ trying to hit him with the soft shot is no good. Rebound pulled down by Rico Yarborough. Yarbrough has 6 points and goes to the cup, make that 8 points.
Yeah.
And the
That was a good
lead
play.
is back up to 3.
That was an athletic play, and that's kind of what he's capable of. It's not everybody has long enough arms to contest a shot like that, you know?
11:05 to go in this game. TJ still looking to create. TJ drives down, kicks it to
Knock
the corner.
that down.
Jaden Williams fires from the corner and ties the game at 41.
That's the old Eastside Splash brother right there with the three-point shot to tie the game. Way to go, Jaden Williams.
Going to work right now. McDougal swings it over to Perez. Perez looking for space. Tries to do a bounce pass to the block to Wood. Jaden Williams covering. 10:37 to go. Jaden Williams smothering
Way to
and
go.
forces the turnover. What a job individually. Jaden Williams standing up, taking the challenge and getting the turnover from Wayland Baptist.
That boy is working down there, making things happen, affecting the game in a positive way by it, whatever means necessary. And that's all he's motivated. He doesn't have to go out there and drop 40 to have hey, I had a good night. No, he just wants to make plays to help his team gets the dub. That's all he's worried about is how many W's do we have in the win column? What is it going to take to get the next one? That's the way he was coached. That's the way he continues to be coached, and that's just the way he plays. I love his game.
And it's a great
teammate.
job forcing the turnover. And on the turnover on that page tonight, Wayland Baptist has 15, Langston has 12. But it's interesting to look at a couple of things. Swick, you alluded to it earlier. Wayland Baptist, the men's team, is a 70% shooting free throw team. Tonight, 93.8, 15 of 16. Langston on the season is a 59% free throw shooting team. They're shooting 61%, but at least it's within some reasonable number range.
Yeah.
When you start talking about Wayland, they're doing unconscionable things. Wayland Baptist on the year, three-point shooting. They're not a great three-pointing team. They're shooting at 37%. Tonight, 0 for 8, 0 for 7 in the first half. They haven't knocked one down.
Well, and
the
that's
scary part about it is if they start to get them to fall, that's going to change the complexity of this game.
It is, but you looked at that last game that Langston had against MacU. 19 threes by MacU. That was a focus this week in practice. Chris Wright said, guys, we can't allow our opponents to hit 19 threes. Can we play some perimeter defense, for goodness sake? And that's been a focus that's carried over from practice to tonight. They're 0 from three-point line. Let's hope we don't jinx that. But I love what they're doing right now. And if Langston can get hot from the three, that could be one avenue to where they could get some separation here.
Robert Alexander receives the inbound pass. Full court presser being applied there by the Pioneers. Across the timeline now. Screen from Jay Wilson. Antonio Lewis goes down.
Oh!
Can't get it to fall, but Jay Wilson picks up the loose change and makes $1.
He said, I got you, Lewis. Let me clean that up.
And
for you.
Langston has regained the lead by 2, 43-41.
Big time play, and they're encouraging each other. They're communicating. They feel the rhythm. If they get another stop here, I think Coach Galleen's got to call a timeout.
10 minutes to go in this contest, and the Lions have clawed their way, surviving the storm and the blitz from Wayland Baptist. Perez's shot is no good. Alexander with a strong rebound there.
Kind of surprised he hasn't called timeout yet. It's probably coming, especially if they get another bucket. But great job right now by Langston. They've gotten some offense. They're able to make some shots. Now they're kind of just going about their business.
10 seconds on the shot clock, just doing the weave above the circle. Ball on the left wing. Orlando Thomas drives baseline. Shot is going to be blocked. He draws contact, and a foul's going to be called against Leach. So
I've been
it's
waiting
team foul number
for
5.
them to go to Orlando. I wish he would. He's such an unselfish basketball player. Sometimes I wish he was a little bit more selfish because he can do things like that. And it's fun to watch, to watch him work and be creative on how he can get to the rim, take the foul, get the shot off. That's a big part of Orlando Thomas's game. He's really talented.
And this game is not a game that you're used to seeing from either one of these teams. Langston last year was always in a game that the scoring margin was 10 points or less throughout the course of the year. But now they're averaging, about a scoring margin of 13.6, being better than their opponents. Wayland Baptist is normally 18 points from their, better than their opponent that they're playing. But tonight, finding themselves down 2. This is every bit of a playoff game with the atmosphere of the intensity of a conference tournament, because every possession matters. As we start getting down inside the 10-minute mark, Swig, I expect the intensity of this game to continue to rise, but the identity of both teams is clearly on display between both coaches. They have to be pleased about it. This has been every bit of a slugfest that I'm just really impressed by.
And the more I watch some of these teams from the Sooner Athletic Conference play, the more I wonder what that's going to look like when you get into the conference tournament towards the end of the season. How that's going to play out is going to be just wonderful. That's great competition, man. And I have no idea how this is going to go because you get so many competitive, talented, well-coached teams battling it out.
Orlando Thomas back at the line. See if he can redeem himself.
Got the roll there to go up 3.
He needed that, as it puts him back on the positive side of knocking down free throws. He's been 5 of 7, make that 6 of 8 now. Can he go 7 of 9? And he does. And the lead is up.
2-possession game now. You want to try and keep adding to that, but you got to get stops.
Perez has it on the left wing, gets the ball in the hands of Yarbrough, who slips.
Oh, yeah.
And simply because of the slip as he throws it out of bounds.
Yeah, he's not happy about it, and I wouldn't be either.
Wait, are they calling a foul? They certainly did. So the foul must have, okay, it was away from the ball. So it was a foul against, that was called, but Emoji is going to the,
Who was it on?
Ejiofor, but I didn't see who the foul was called on that time.
I thought he meant 1-1 like.
Okay, so it's going to be on Orlando Thomas, who picked up his second foul.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Ejiofor at the free throw line. Back rim
that did
shot,
not
no
look
good.
That goes out of bounds, Langston ball.
And that's that 1-and-1. Remember, the next foul, it's 2 free throws regardless. Thomas comes out. Cody comes back in. Treshawn Cody does. Jaden Williams going to inbound it, and I guess the Lions need to pay attention because they're extending pressure. Robert Alexander now has it and fires it.
Great job.
Jay Wilson drives inside, tries to go with the reverse. Cody can't finish. He just should have thrown it up to Cody to get the easy basket. 45-41, 9:03 to go. Spin move, McDougal loses it. Pass is going to be stolen by Robert Alexander. Over to Lewis, and the ball's going to be knocked out of bounds, and it's going to be Lewis took a shot in the face.
He took an elbow to the face and yeah, that is tough. That is tough, and I think it hurt. Was this number 5, Marcus Green? Was he the one that delivered the elbow? I didn't recognize who delivered the elbow, but I was watching Lewis right there, and he got smashed in the face. I mean, it's to the point where I'm kind of worried about concussion here, bro.
I mean, that's what kind of shot it was. And Chris Wright's coming out to address the situation.
I mean, you look at the replay, he took a hard elbow to the head. And so this is where I'm kind of concerned about that, is concussion is kind of on my mind right now. And they take those very seriously. A concussion isn't looked at the same way it was 10 years ago.
That's right.
And so not only can this remove Antonio Lewis out of the game, like it could take him out of a week or a week and a half type thing if it is serious. And so that's what I'm concerned about. So we'll see where they go here, because Antonio Lewis is, how many does he have? Okay,
I mean, he's got 14 points.
Yeah, 3 of them are threes.
Yes.
I mean, he's played a really good game, and he's up walking around, and he may be okay. He's a tough kid. Yeah, I think he's going to be okay. But it looked like it was man, he got smacked in the face, in the head. And, yeah, now he's shrugging it off like, hey, I'm good. Okay, cool.
Yeah, they're going to make him step out of the game for a moment. So 45-41, 8:54 left to go in this contest.
A lot of basketball left.
So on the floor right now, Jay Wilson, Robert Alexander, Taraji Cave, Jaden Williams on the floor right now.
Ooh, almost telegraphed his pass.
And Trishawn Cody ends up with it. And if they're going to do this, you got to break the press. You got to do a good job of that. Robert Alexander now has it. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Ball, of course, on the Langston side of the court now. Robert Alexander trying to break out break down the defense. Swing it back over to TJ. TJ had a great passing angle, did not choose to take it. Jaden Williams cutting to the basket and scoring.
And one.
And then he comes up. Landed on his...
Tricked you just kind of split up his, tweaked his ankle there. He said he's all right. He's good. Good play by freshman Jaden Williams. I mean, you've got to make yourself valuable. You want to get early playing time at the collegiate level. You've got to show how you can make an impact on the floor. And he's been doing that since early training camp, the summer, proving his worth.
And it should be a lane violation.
Wow, they didn't call it?
Okay. And you could tell that one bothered him a little bit, but he basically caught on that when he caught Jordan Logan leaning in. See if he can get it. It's just a shame that he didn't knock that one down to get another one. And he gets that one to fall. So Jaden Williams comes out of the game. Nice job by Jaden Williams. He now has 6 on the night. So,
yeah, and they've got a 7-point lead here. They're right where they want to be, and it's just about being consistent and staying there.
Perez throws it up high. Alley, throw down.
Well, when they double-teamed the wing, I knew somebody was open. I didn't know that somebody was Rico until it was too late.
Rico now splashes his way into double digits now. He's got 10 on a beautiful alley-oop pass from Perez.
Here's Orlando now.
So again, Rico covering. Robert Alexander throws it to the corner. Orlando Thomas is going to step on the end line, and it's going to be a 5-point margin. It's another unforced error against Langston. It's another turnover number 13 on the night.
And that's right where Orlando Thomas wanted the ball and was about to execute his plan of action. He was going to go baseline and do what he does, absorb the contact, get the shot off, but he just slightly stepped out of bounds. And here's Perez with the backdoor. What a block. Are they going to call a foul? I thought it looked like all ball to me, but maybe there's some body contact there too. Okay. All right, whatever. But
they're going to call a foul. It's going to send McDougal to the free throw line.
I mean,
Langston now, of course, in the double bonus.
I'm sorry,
Wayland back to the double bonus.
They're protecting the rim, and part of doing that is sometimes the calls don't go your way. But I like that there were 3 Langston Lions there to swat at it. And if you score, you score.
Is that it? And it is. That is the 5th foul. They called it on Trishawn Cody. That's a big loss. Cody's tenacious defense will be missed in this game.
Well, I'm concerned because they're in the bonus now.
Yes, the double bonus. So
okay,
that means they're shooting 2.
Dude, 7.5, 7:35 left is a long time to be in the double bonus.
Right. McDougal misses the first end of the front end of the free throws. And so that free throw trend is starting to come down a little bit as they are now 15 of 18 on the night.
Yeah, this is going to require some discipline here by Langston.
So McDougal goes 1 of 2 at the free throw line, improving as a team to 16 of 19, shooting right about 84%. Ball's in the hands of TJ now, and Wayland Baptist pulls back on the pressure full court. Across the timeline goes TJ. TJ looking for a screen, handoff. Trying to work the ball down.
Here's
Clark.
Trey. Go to work.
Clark with a nice pass inside, and the hammer is dropped by Omari Henry. Been waiting on
I
him.
don't know how they missed out on Omar. Like, how do you miss it out on that guy who's wide open underneath for the easy dunk?
And he extends the lead back up to 6, 7:03 to go. Pass on the inside.
Great defense. Jump ball. Great. That was the right call. And TJ Cave, I mean, he's not afraid of the 6'9" guy. He's like, I don't care if you're 7, 8 inches taller than me. I'm going for the ball. And was able to get that. That was a great play by Cave.
And
really
Coach
good
Clint Galeon made a change here by going big with the size. They brought back in DeMond Woods to battle against Omari Henry. Leach looking for
close
space
to that baseline.
So here we go. Woods inside, high arcing shot no good. But nobody controls the rebound. Leach ends up with it, fires a three, and it hits nothing.
Not
an air ball on that one. Draws no iron. It is Langston ball.
Straight oxygen. Great. I mean, you want to try and ride this thing out. Langston's got some momentum here, and feels like it's working. They're getting after it on defense, getting stops. You just got to keep putting up the points and increasing your point total.
Ejiofor returns back to the game, and Woods
and
comes
not
out.
Fouling.
Right.
Because every foul you make,
now it's really
ends in free throws, stops the clock and ends the free throws.
Yeah, you want the clock to run if you're Langston and limit the opportunities. Antonio Lewis is back in the game, so it's good to see him back out there, but we knew he was going to return. There was no way you were going to have to drag him off the floor.
Ooh, Lewis
fires for three.
He's
his
feeling
fourth three-pointer of the night. He's got 17.
Just feeling it. He knew that opportunity was there, took it, and knocked it down. Come on, Trey.
Rico,
great defense by Trey.
Ejiofor swings it over. Three-point shot attempt, no good still. And a foul underneath. I don't know what the contact is here, but it looks like it's going to be against Wayland Baptist. Team foul number 8.
Yeah, I think Lewis just got his wind knocked out of him just a little bit.
So TJ Cave comes out, and Orlando Thomas comes in.
Yeah, I think Chris Wright was just being careful.
Leach just picked up his 4th foul.
Proud of that guy, though. Leaving it all out on the floor for his team, and now they're gonna wipe down some wet spots. That's got to be taken care of, and the refs are gonna handle that. Matter of fact, Trey Clark said, "I'll do it. Don't worry about it." And then he'll inbound the basketball.
Now again, Wayland's going to extend pressure. Who's going to be alert and pay attention? All right, get the ball into Robert Alexander. They're going to fall back and not trap.
9-point lead with the ball and in the double bonus. I'm using up all this shot clock. I'm consciously trying to find an open shot, and if I get it, I'll take it. But I'm also trying to get this clock to go down.
10 seconds on the shot clock. Trey Clark goes inside, tries to finish with the runner. Shot no good. Rebound pulled down by Rico Yarbrough. He hits the Jets. Loses it. Robert Alexander now has it. Alexander.
Now they're going to restart. This is a smart move. Smart basketball by Langston Lions here.
5:20 to go.
Take your time. If
Clark
you
in
get
the
an open
lane
shot,
with the
take it.
push shot.
Oh.
No good. Omar Henry goes up for it, was not able to get it. Back in the hands now of Dorsey. Dorsey breaks down the defense, drives in the lane, kiss off the glass, and shot is good.
Yeah, it was a hell of a basketball play by Makai Dorsey. And you can tell they've got a little bit higher sense of urgency because they know, first of all, any foul that we get called against them is going to end up in free throws. But you're also down 9 points, but now
7 points. Yeah, 7 points now.
So with 5 minutes left, you've got to start making your moves. You got to start, risking it for the biscuit. Risk it for the biscuit. Because the reward, is getting the win. And you've got to make your move now.
We've seen improved shooting. Wayland Baptist still has yet to knock down a three. 0 for 3 in the second half. Langston, on the other hand, is 4 of 7 in the second half of this game. 57% from 3. That's just a marvelous number. Langston shooting 12 of 24 in the second half of this game. 50%. Wayland Baptist 7 of 15, 46%.
Much more improved this time around than we saw on Saturday against MacU.
Rebound remains tight in the second half. Langston is +1 in the rebound category right now. And as far as the turnovers go right now, Wayland Baptist has 6. Langston has 3. Interesting enough, there's been no blocks in the second half of this game. And points off turnovers, 3 points for Wayland Baptist, 5 for Langston in the second half. But second chance points is a category that Langston is dominating, 6-0 right now as it stands right now. So all in the key little areas, Langston's doing pretty well to maintain their position. Wayland Baptist is going to have to do a little bit more work to change up that energy to try and get themselves back in it with 5:02 to go.
But still, 5 minutes is a long time to be in the double bonus. And things can go, so you've got to be kind of careful with your decision-making on defense.
So Alexander across the timeline now. Plenty of time standing at the top of the key. Drifts back, fires it cross court. Lewis now has it. Lewis with the game high.
Yeah, there's no question that was a foul on Edgefer.
Game high 17 points on his hands right now. But to the free throw line now 1-1 is Lewis. These are the free throws it has to knock down. He's 3 of 5 on the night. Front rims that one. Nice rebound by Marcus Green. Perez.
So it was 1-on-1?
It was 1-1, yeah, because they got 18 fouls.
Oh.
Going to the other side, Edgefer has the ball knocked out of his hand. They're going to call Omar.
Home. Okay, yeah, okay. I'm sorry. You're right. I stand corrected. Okay.
So Edgefer back to the free throw line now. On the night, Edgefer is yet to knock one down. Hasn't gotten to the scoring column right now. He'll see if he can do so right now. 53-46. Steady dribble, shot is up. And it rims right.
Not the time to be missing free throws.
And now on the night, they are now 16 of 20. Down to 80%. He knocks down 1 of 2. 17 of 21 is the team on free throw shooting.
6-point ball game, 4.5 left in the game.
TJ Cave across the timeline. Cave looking for daylight, kicks it to the corner. Alexander back up top to Thomas. Thomas only with 11 points in the night. Been quiet for the last few minutes. They're going to need him to get busy. Alexander had an opportunity, but Thomas wheels and deals and scores.
Great job with the left hand. Jump stop, mid-range, beautiful basketball play to go up 8. Right where they want to be. They just got to keep playing defense,
and
but
Perez
not fouling.
Goes wide right on that free throw shot.
Missed
on
that
three-point shot.
Bad. Goes out of bounds, and I mean, it's a missed shot, but I look at it as a turnover.
Right now, Wayland Baptist left their three-point shooting in Plainview, Texas right now.
It's still
They're
on
0
the
for
bus.
11.
They didn't bring it with them. But also, Langston's perimeter, there has been a focus on, hey, let's make it tougher on teams shooting three-pointers against us.
Hand off to Thomas, who hands off to Alexander. 18 seconds on the shot clock.
8-point game.
TJ
this is
trying to
right
break
where
down
they
the
wanna
defense.
play.
Drives inside, kicks it down.
Trying to make the extra pass to Omar.
But they
somehow
somehow
gets
ends it. Omar has it back on the block. Got to kick it out. 3 seconds. Alexander with the deep three-point shot. Draws no iron.
That did hit rim.
It did hit rim?
It did hit rim.
All right. 55-47. 3:16 to go. That was an unfortunate situation there. So substitution, Jay Wilson comes back in the game for Omar Henry. And also returning the game for Robert Alexander is Antonio Lewis. Lewis with 17 points on the night. Going to need the ball in his hands a little bit more in these final 3 minutes here. Perez gets it over to Yarbrough. Yarbrough over to Marcus Green. Green wheeling and dealing in the lane. Nearly has the ball stripped, and Green finds a way to drop it.
He made him work for it, but he applied pressure and did not foul.
Yeah, it was good defense, just a better shot.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes that happens. So I'm not worried about that at all.
2:43 to go. TJ backing it up to the logo. Watches footing. Green harassing him. Ball in the hands of Thomas on the right wing. Thomas in the lane. Draws a foul that time, and that's on McDougal. McDougal just picked up his third foul, and to the line, 1-on-1 goes Thomas. Thomas 7 of 9 at the free throw tonight. As a team, Langston 11 of 17, 64%. This is an important 2 free throws here with 2.5 to go, Swig. Thomas, steady dribble, fires a shot. Front, rims, and rolls in.
Yeah, he gets nervous. It makes me nervous. And that's why I admire some of these basketball players. We got a little bit of
conversation going on. Perez is still talking.
Little chit chat.
And Perez still talking. And so now cooler heads will prevail here. But not really sure on what was said. But the team trying to maintain their poise. Langston using it as a rally cry. Perez needing to be contained.
Listen, Langston's getting under their skin. They're getting under their skin because they're playing in smart basketball. They're taking time off the clock and scoring. That's what you do in this situation, ideally, especially when you're in the double bonus. You're able to milk a lot of that clock from the shot clock and get buckets, whether that be from the field or from the free throw line. That's driving Wayland Baptist crazy because they know they're running out of time.
And they are. And all this is doing is giving fuel to the fire and confidence for Langston to continue to turn up the pressure. Now, it's funny how long ago it seemed that Wayland Baptist was on the double bonus. Now with one more foul, they'll join that same party.
Right. Then both teams will be playing a similar way. The only difference is Langston's got a pretty good lead here, and they got to keep it. They got to keep it, and you do that by making free throws. So I may be nervous here in the press box.
But one-on-one is Thomas.
Orlando Thomas, this is just kind of what he does. He's at his comfort zone when he's on the floor in the throes of competition.
It won't be too long before Perez gets back in the game, but they needed to give him, so he
needed cool off. That's what happened. Otherwise, you didn't want to get teed up, give Langston 2 shots in the ball.
So going to work right now, Thomas knocks down the free throw.
8-point difference here.
So now it is 8-point difference. Thomas now has 15 on the night, as he is now officially 9 of 11 in the game.
Wayland's
Rico Yarbrough.
Desperation mode right now.
And Green lets go a 3-point shot. They still can't buy one. Antonio Lewis hits the jet behind the back dribble, setting it up. And right now the Lions are playing with house money right now.
Yep. They're in control.
57-49, 2 minutes to go in this one. Screened by Wilson. Thomas, 15, looking for more. He gets bumped, and no foul called on that, but the Lions get the rebound. 7 seconds on the clock.
Jay Wilson saved the day.
And into the lane goes TJ, over to Jaden Williams, who scores the basket just as the shot clock expired. 10-point advantage now for the Lions.
You see what I'm saying? That's just beautiful basketball. I mean, playing the right way.
And McDougal knocks down the first three-pointer of the game for Wayland Baptist. Prior to that, 0 for 12, now 1 for 13 on the night.
And that was a desperation 3. It was rushed, it was forced, and he made it. And so good for him. But if that's the way it's got to be, then that's so be it, because those shots are tough to make, and he did it. But I loved what Langston just did on offensively on that last possession. That's just great basketball, and just the way they handled that. We're able to score right before the shot clock goes out.
They need to do that more, Swick.
Yeah.
They need to have the weak side move without the ball more. In doing that, the defense, that's one of the things that the Wayland Baptist Flying Queens was doing so well against Langston earlier, Swick, because they were continuing to move the ball around. And by doing that, you get easy baskets at the rim. Whether time is expiring or not, it's just a big deal.
Well, and even to see the ball get kind of lost, they lost control of the ball. You know, there were some loose balls there, and they were able to kind of pick it up and get back in the hoop for a bucket. So you just got to keep playing the way they're playing to finish out this game. Walk away with this win.
So here we go. 92 seconds left in this one, and you have the ball.
And Rico Yarborough's over there talking to Jaden Williams. I don't think he realizes that Jaden's just a freshman.
Going to throw the ball back to TJ Cave, who gets across the timeline now. 1:25 to go. The Lions can take it right about the 1 minute mark. McDougal stepping out on him. McDougal trying to disrupt. Trying to get in the pocket of TJ. 10 seconds on the shot
Any
clock.
way he can make a move, he's looking for.
TJ throws it up, and somehow it falls in. How did he do it? I don't know how he did it.
I don't either, because we're on the other side, and it just looked, I kind of like got lost, and somehow the ball just pops out of nowhere and drops in the bucket.
TJ Cave fired to that
Beautiful
shot,
play.
was 0 for 5. His only basket of the night comes with 67 seconds to go, and now he's going for the three-point play.
I think he just kind of flipped it up, and I don't know if he really believed that was going in, but it did, and then he knocks down the free throw. They're up 10 with a minute left. L's up.
Cross the timeline now, ball on the right wing. McDougal looking for space to operate. He's knocked down the only
Panic
three.
has set in.
And to Rico Yarborough, who drives to the basket, but again, that's going to be a foul on Thomas. The only problem with that is that's his third foul, but the clock is stopped. It's a 10-point margin, and you don't want to give them opportunities to score with the clock stopped. So to the free throw line now goes McDougal. McDougal on the night is 1 of 2 from the free throw line, Swig.
Yeah. So obviously, you know, you want to make this. I just think the damage is done. It's going to take an act of God for Wayland to come back in this game, and a huge epic collapse by Langston, which I just don't see happening.
And right now, letting it fly, McDougal goes 1 of 2 at the free throw line. He officially has 5 points on the night. The lead is 9. 55.7 seconds left to go. Alexander to Thomas. Thomas trying to get across the timeline and does.
I mean, at some point, you're going to have to start fouling and making him prove it at the free throw line. You know?
And right now.
And Coach Wright's directing traffic, doing a great job.
And he's got to get rid of it. He's moving the ball. Thomas is going to drive down in the lane with the left hand. Can't get it to finish. And the putback attempt is a foul. And so right now, as it stands, the Lions will go back to the free throw line, shooting 2.
If you get Orlando Thomas in that ISO position, you're playing into his hand. That's where he flourishes. He wants to get you on skates.
And one thing he does do
and
very
take
well.
advantage of you.
And he's going to go left.
Yeah, right. That's right. I mean, that's just that's what he does well. It's what makes him a good basketball player. It's one of the
Brett
positive
Leach
attributes.
just fouled out.
You got to make those, Orlando. You got to make those.
Orlando
this is where they
now
try to get
9 of 12 on the night.
Their strategy doesn't work if you make your free throws.
And he knocks down, goes 1 of 2 at the free throw line. And so now he is officially 10 of 13. And right now, they got to knock down some threes. The lead is 10. 22 seconds to go. Nice. Cross up. And then they're going to foul Jay Wilson with the foul, challenging the dunk attempt with 18.7 seconds to go. And the reality is here, the clock is your friend. You don't want to just continue to give them opportunities here.
Right. Right. That's exactly right.
So 18.7 seconds left to go. Green at the free throw line.
It's been a fun game. I mean, you know, the Langston just kind of they've played smarter. They've been a little bit more calculated with their execution. It's been a clean game. They got into foul trouble there early in the second half. That's kind of, you know, scared me for a minute, but they've handled it beautifully.
Nicely done there. So now as it stands, 63-55. Ball in the hands of Thomas. Back to Alexander, who throws it ahead. It's going to be stolen. Nice retrieval there by Rico. Rico looking for space, but they need points. Rico dribbling inside. Left, right, can't get the shot to fall, and that will put the final seconds tick away in this game. And the score is finally 63-55 in favor of the Langston Lions, who get back in the win column, winning by the score of 63-55.
In these well, I guess they've got 1 day of practice tomorrow before they're back on the court on Saturday, but it's been a long week.
So a lot of conversation still going on, and unfortunately this is going to be one of those games where the teams do not really need to shake hands.
Yeah, and that's, you know, it's crazy because Coach Wright and Coach Galen are friends. Like, there is a friendship there and a mutual respect, and they're chatting it up before the game. But, you know, sometimes when the players start, you know, not acting appropriately, when you don't, you know, there's a right and a wrong way to take an L, and frustration set in on Wayland Baptist's side, and they're upset about it, and probably said some things that aren't very nice.
This is the number 5 team in the country that defended home court in a major way. 63-65. And just really want to talk about it real quick here. Orlando Thomas finished with 16 points. TJ Cave, 3 points, but those came in the most crucial moments of the game. Omar Henry was with 2. Jay Wilson with 4. Clark with 5. Tashawn Cody with 8. And of course, we're talking about Williams in terms of, trying to make sure I get that right. Williams down here with 8.
Yeah,
Jaden Williams with 8 in the game, coming off the bench in the team here. But TJ Cave, although he only had 3 points, he had 3 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals.
Yeah.
That's a little bit of a nasty.
Yes, when you can fill out a stat sheet like that, it's such a good look. I gotta give the player of the game to Antonio Lewis, though. I just think he's made the plays that really separated his team from, being it close to pulling away. His toughness on both ends of the floor, the way he was able to take that elbow in the face and then come back and hit some big three-point shots. He was an assassin from the three-point line. He was much better at protecting the three-point line on defense. In fact, the whole team was. I got to go with Antonio Lewis, player of the game today.
Wayland Baptist falls to 8-3 on the season, 3-3 in conference, and the 2-game winning streak is now over. Langston, however, the number 9 team in the country, improves to 9-2, 5-1 in conference overall. And the next battle for Wayland Baptist will be against Central Christian. That's who they will play. And Langston's next game in action will be against Oklahoma Panhandle State this coming Saturday. Women's game starts at 2. Men's game starts right around 4 o'clock. We will have that game right here on PPBC TV. Want to make sure we thank all our sponsors for tonight: MJ Bail Bonds, Community Health Centers of Oklahoma, and Guiding Right. Jay Swick, what a game as both the women and the women sweep tonight and win in dramatic fashion. The women held on with a 3-point win. As for the Langston men's team, they gave up a lead, reestablished the lead, and took the lead home. What a game tonight for
That's
the
right.
men.
That's right. It's a hard-fought battle. Both teams have a lot to be happy about. For one, just to get back out on the winning track and know what it takes to earn a victory, and that's what they did today. And it's on to the next one.
We'll see if both men and women's team can make it 2 in a row this coming Saturday. We're going to go ahead and sign off here tonight, of course. Thank you for hanging in with us for a long run of beautiful Langston Lion basketball here at CF Gales Arena on Marcus Haynes Court. He's Jay Swick. I'm Maurice Prince. Guys, have a great night. You've been listening to Langston Lion basketball on PPBC TV and OKC Sports Radio 105.3. Good night.